Hello and thank you for clicking on this video. This is going to be a tutorial on how to do your own gel nails at home. So in order to do your nails, you are going to need the following products: a UV/LED nail lamp, some acetone and some prep wipe. These are optional, but I use these to help remove gels. These are little finger clips. Some nail files and nail buffers. Some lint-free wipes like these ones. A cuticle pusher, a base coat and a top coat polish. This is optional, but I'll be using a builder gel in this tutorial. A gel polish colour, I'm using this one today, however I will recommend some of my favourite brands later in the video that you can try out. I'm going to start by showing you how to remove gel polish correctly. Obviously, once you've applied it, you need to know how to remove them to be able to start again. So we're just going to start by taking off the top layer. These have been on a couple of weeks now, so we're just going to remove that top layer with a nail file, and I'm going to be using acetone to remove these. Some people do remove them just by filing all of them off. However, using acetone is the healthiest way to protect your nail from getting split or breaking at all. So just removing that top layer so that acetone can penetrate the gel polish once we put them on. And you just want to make sure that you're not going all the way down to your natural nail with this file. This is quite a high grit file, so you don't want to be damaging the natural nail underneath the gel polish. So once you've removed the top layer, just take your acetone, or I use this Gelux remover, pop it on some lint-free wipes, and then you're going to wrap it around the end of your finger. And I'm going to be using these little clips that I got off eBay to keep them on. You can also use tin foil. You don't necessarily need these clips to be able to remove them, but I find that these are a little bit easier for keeping them on. And just repeating that on each of the fingers, just adding the remover to the lint-free wipe, wrapping it around the fingertips and adding on the little clips. So you can only do one hand at a time with these, just because of how awkward they are to be able to put them on. And then I'm just going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Usually this is enough time, but you can check when you take it off and see if it's ready. So the gel should look like it's curling up, and then you're going to use your cuticle pusher. It'll start crumbling off, so that's when you know that the nail is ready. And you will get some stubborn bits sometimes, so just take your nail buffer and just buff off whatever's left on the nail, and repeat that on each of the nails. So now I'm just shaping the nails up. So when I did my nail course, because I am qualified in gel nails, she taught us not to saw across the nail too much. So you're supposed to be swiping the nail file down and not across the nail, as it can cause the nail to split. Now I'm going to use a nail buffer just to roughen up the nail plate ready for the gel polish application. Then I'm going to be using my cuticle pusher to push all of my cuticles back and remove any of the dead skin that is left on there. And then once you've pushed all it back, you will have some excess skin. So then you're just going to remove that with the other end of your cuticle pusher. You can also use a cuticle remover, but just remember that these are really easy to cut yourself with and take a lot of practice to get used to. So just be careful if you are going to use this, but the remover is sufficient enough. Then we're just going to buff that off again to make sure it's all removed. Now we need to dehydrate the nail plate, and this is the Gelux Prep and Wipe, and you're just going to be swiping that over on a lint-free wipe on each of the nails. We need them as dehydrated as possible for good application. So now they're ready for a base coat. The base coat I'll be using is the Halo Gel Polish, and this is a really good one. It's quite inexpensive, and just going to be putting that on each of the nails. So you're just flattening out the brush and pushing it up to the cuticle. Make sure you don't touch the cuticle, because if it connects, then your gel polish will start to lift. Just making sure that when you are applying this base, you are capping the edges. Then we're going to put it in the nail lamp for 60 seconds. And I like to do my thumb a little bit extra separately, just because sometimes the lamps don't always get the thumbs. As I mentioned earlier, this is optional. This is a builder gel from Premier Gel and it's not necessary, but this does help strengthen your nails and I've found that they last a lot longer when I use this product. It is quite a thick product, so it does take a bit of getting used to, but you're just applying it in the same way that you do your base coat and your gel polish and your top coat, flattening the brush out, pushing it all the way back up to the cuticle and also capping the edges of each finger. Capping the edges is really important to avoid chipping and the nails lifting. I'm going to help it last a lot longer. So just repeating that on each nail. Just make sure you observe the technique that I'm using when I'm applying the gel polish. And then that is going to go in for another 60 seconds. Now you're going to use your colour polish. So this is actually new. I haven't tried this brand before, but some of my favourite brands are Premier Gel, Halo Gel Polish and Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a bit of a funny one. I had a funny colour from them and I stopped ordering, but they are sufficient enough and they're really inexpensive. So just applying the first coat of colour onto the nail and using the same technique as mentioned earlier. Please don't forget that if you do make a mistake, don't worry. Just take a little brush and brush it off of the skin. Then they're going in for another 60 seconds. Now for the second coat, make sure you're applying in thin, even layers. Don't do them too thick because they won't cure properly. Another 60 seconds. And now ready for the top coat. So just using a non-white top coat from Halo Gel Polish, using the same application again, making sure to cap the edges. Don't do these too thick because they won't cure properly. Another 60 seconds in the lamp and we are done. If you aren't using a non-white top coat, use your prep and wipe to wipe off the tacky layer. Just check what brand you're using and it will let you know if you need to wipe the layer off. Then just putting some cuticle oil on. This again is optional, however it is really good for your nails to be putting this on. So that is the end of the tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you do have any questions, please just let me know and put them in the comments box and I will reply. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you did like it, please like, subscribe. So everything that you'll need to do your gel nails at home as a recap, I've split them into essential and non-essential items. So your first one is an LED/UV nail lamp. Your second one are nail files and nail buffers, acetone and a nail wipe. Your base coat and your top coat gel polish. Your gel polish colour. Your cuticle pusher. And some lint-free wipes. All of these products are linked below. Some non-essential are the builder gel that we mentioned before. Some cuticle oil, but please try and get this if you can. And the removal finger clips, but again you can use tin foil. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.